Well, it is bee package installation day here at the Kelm household, and wouldn't be complete without everything being white out there. But so I'm gonna give you a little rundown. I'm gonna film the package installation, and I'm gonna give you a little rundown of how it's gonna work because I don't want to take too much time explaining it while I'm outside. So I've got the bees downstairs in the basement. They're downstairs in the basement because it's warmer in the basement than it is outside. But it is about 33, 34 degrees outside. Every now and then the sun comes out, and we're supposed to see a high of like 38 today. That's going to be good enough to install. I'm going to be installing these bees. They'll have some pulled foundation, meaning that there's comb from last year's bees, and there's some honey and some sugar water, things like that, that's already in that comb that they're going to be installed on. We got two packages, two different hives are going to be done. Everything looks good, looks healthy. Hopefully, across my fingers, that they'll be okay putting them in. Spring is supposed to actually arrive here like Thursday, Friday, into next week. So I'm hoping as these next couple of days are still chilly, that we get some actual spring weather and they're going to be okay. What's going to happen is I'm going to get these bees in. I'm going to shake them into the hives. The queens will stay in my pocket until the point where I need to put the queen in. The queen's going to be in this little queen cage, they call it. It's a little box, and she's going to stay in my pocket till I get the bees in, and then she's going to basically just be set inside there, inside the hive, and I'll cross my fingers for queen acceptance. They've been together in the hive now for a few days. I think they're going to be okay. We'll see what happens. I'm going to mountain camp feed these bees instead of putting sugar syrup on them. They already have some honey and sugar syrup inside the hive, and then I am going to put dry castor sugar, DIY castor sugar, which is just a fine granulated sugar, not powdered sugar, not confectioner sugar. It's kind of in between your regular table sugar and confectioner sugar, something like that. So hopefully that'll be, good enough for the bees to get through these next few days until snow melts and we get a dandelion or two, something like that. So I'll put a pollen patty on there as well, and yeah, we'll be good to go. So I'm wearing the bee suit just because we'll probably have a couple flyers. They're going to be warm enough after coming out from the basement that they may fly around a little bit. But I'm going to pause this here. We're going to get everything set up outside. I'm going to get the bees outside, and then I'm going to restart this, and then we'll just kind of roll through it for you, okay? Okay. So the bees are out in the basement, and this box here covered by the towel. Hive tool, my pocket, and some newspaper that the sugar will sit on, some frames already in here. These are pretty much bare frames. There's a couple here that got some stuff on them from last year, but nothing really stored. Spot here. Okay, so get a couple of these frames. That one actually will go in after some bees here. Okay, so I got a spot here. This is where the bees are going to get dumped into. Get one open here. They're pretty awake, they're pretty alive right now. I think it was plenty warm enough for them in the basement, so that's probably why. So, first things first, pop this open, and what'll be in here is a feeder can,
She still has some feed in it. That's good. Bees here. Kind of shaking off here. Again, we're going to have some flying because it's pretty warm. Trying to get this queen cage out of here so I can keep her warm. Now she's in here. She's got some attendance, so that's good. So we're gonna brush these girls off of here. She's gonna go in my pocket to stay warm. Okay. In my pocket to stay warm. The rest of them, just like this. 3 pounds of bees. All right. Now we'll usher some of them down into the hive here. I'm not using smoke. I'm not using sugar water out here. You'll typically watch some videos where they do that. And I'm not doing that today because it's too cold for that. So there's that. Here's a frame of good stuff. Here's a frame of some good stuff. Alright, so I've got my 10 frames in here. And kind of even that out. Now, we got the queen in here. Again, staying warm. She's alive. See that? Oop. Cork ended up falling in there. I'm just making sure she's still okay. She's fine. She's with some attendants. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place her between the frames. Should find her way out, and the rest of the bees will find their way up. So, get a pollen patty on there. away. And newspaper. There. Second piece of the hive here. These will find that queen, I think, pretty quickly. Done up here. Again, this is castor sugar. So hoping that'll be enough there to get them through the next few days at least. So we can put some liquid sugar on these things. Okay. You're gonna have some bees that, you know, they don't want to come out. But the thing is you want to make sure you got your queen taken care of, which we do. And as long as you got your queen taken care of, the rest of the bees should find her and keep her warm. So there are a lot of bees already finding some of the sugar water or the honey on these frames here yet. Alright, I'll move this one over here now. This bucket over here. This one ready. Newspaper here. Relatively dry. There. On, Patty. Okay. 35 degrees, I'm sweating. Alright, so this one has a few less frames in it. So there'll be a few more frames going into it. Some of these frames have less stuff on them, so. Okay. Again. See your bees. Give a good shake. Get them down. Let my hive tool go. Right underneath me. See what's going on a little better. Go. Alright, so queen's free. Sugar syrup here. Ooh, it'll fit. Ooh. Okay. And queen should be alive. She looks to be. in my pocket so she stays warm. All right. Again, trying to get these bees as good of a start as possible. So I'm kind of uncapping some of this honey here. Just scratching it so they got someplace to go. Someplace to come up and feed. You got plenty of other sugar syrup and things as well, so stick this one in the middle here. Kind of an emptier one for the queen to lay on. Okay. All right. Next package is installed, just got to get the queen in there. Again, I pop this cork out. The last one went in. Just trying to keep her from wanting to fly out. She does exit. I want her to exit into the hive. So. Okay, there's that. Pollen patty. Just really used as a spacer, just so that I can pour my sugar on there. Then you're gonna have some bees that just won't make it. Okay, well, so there's that. So, a couple questions, I'm sure. The hives look a little different than they did last year, and they are. These are top entrances. I don't even have a bottom entrance, so they'll only be able to come through the top. They are closed off. Pretty close right now to being closed off, at least. It's because there's not much of a colony to fight for, but hopefully if we get some spring weather we don't have to worry about too much robbing or anything like that. I don't think there's too many natural colonies around here anyways. But that one's, the blue one is Robert's. I guess this one is Josie's, I don't know. But the bees are in. You just watched me do something for the first time. I'm sure folks who have had experience in this will point out some things I did wrong. Cross my fingers, everything is good enough. And we'll
we'll get some honey this year. We'll get some bees that survive and pollinate all kinds of fun stuff around here and go from there. I have to thank the Karbowski family for these bees. They're starting their beekeeping journey this year, and they got nothing. Bare foundation. They don't have any stores like I had from last year. Nothing like that. So we had agreed to change up. I've got some nukes that are coming in May. They'll be taking those as a trade because I was able to take care of these packages, I think, better, especially with the adverse weather conditions. We decided to trade. They'll take 2 of the 3 nukes that I'm getting, and I got their packages. So we'll see how this goes. We'll just cross our fingers. God, bless us that we've been able to do this, and hopefully He continues to bless us in this apiary, and we'll have an enjoyable year. So I'll get things cleaned up here and stop the video, and you guys can all go about your day now that I've wasted about 10-15 minutes of it. Thanks, guys.